Hey guys, this is As Above, So Below podcast. I'm Juliana Luna. How are you? So, this is one of my first official episodes. Currently right now, I am sitting in a car in the front seat, with the little window down, the window, what am I talking about? The mirror down, literally just looking at myself talking. This is going to be a new experience for me, so please bear with me. You might hear little stutters because I'm not editing this, I'm not cutting anything out. This is raw Juliana. But yeah, I just got back from a run. I just did a little run around my neighborhood. It was probably about like a mile and a half. I was just jogging, walked, jog, walk. It wasn't nothing like too intense. It started raining, but not too bad type shit. Like it was just a little sprinkle or whatever, but the weather is pretty nice. I'm just wearing some jogging pants and my little BBL jacket, and it was vibes for real. It was real vibes. But yeah, we're gonna start with our breath work. I'm just gonna ask you to get into a comfortable position. Where you're at right now is completely fine, just as long as you're calm. You feel good. You can close your eyes if you want to. You don't have to, but I'm going to ask you to start with taking deep breaths in. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Then out. 5, 6, 7. Whew. A lot better. Okay, so today's topic is what is as above, so below mindset. So, as you can probably see, that's the title of my podcast. Like, Juliana's podcast is As Above, So Below Mindset. But what does that mean directly? Because it can mean a lot of things, you know what I mean? As above, so below. Like, you can create your little literal own definition of it. Like, what I'm about to tell you can resonate with you. It doesn't have to resonate with you. It's just what I've created. What meaning I've created out of the saying, because this is not like a new saying. Juliana did not create this saying, you know what I mean? There's a movie titled this, and it's actually a really good movie. You should go see it. Um it's kind of old, not old. It's like 2016 old type shit. So, yeah, and it was on Netflix, but they took it off. It's a scary movie. More of like a sci-fi scary movie, but basically it's about like these group of people. I guess they're friends or whatever, and it's like a journalist, a scientist, and like I said, just a big friend group. They all do different things, and they go to Paris. Now, if you don't know, this is a little history lesson. In Paris, they have these things called the catacombs. Now, when the plague was going on, a little disease that was going around from all the rats and stuff, there was a lot of people fucking dying, like a lot of people, and they had nowhere to put the bodies. Literally nowhere at all. The ground was filled up. Them coffins was running out of stock type shit. Like everything was going, and so what they had to do was they had built underground tunnels to store these people. Yes, literally. They had built underground tunnels, and they would store all these people, literally stack bodies on top of bodies. And now, like literally now today, you can go into the catacombs and like do a tour type shit. Like you'll get a little tour guide. I actually want to go, but I don't know, cuz I have really like strong, like I'm really strong like spiritually type shit. Like my energy is very strong, so I don't want to like go in there and like freak the fuck out type shit and like have a fucking anxiety attack. I don't know. But yeah, you can literally go down there for real and get like a little tour and stuff, and that's what the movie's about. But cuz they're white people, they go beyond the tour guide and they do a little bit of adventuring, and they start hallucinating. They start like seeing a bunch of crazy shit because it's like fucking dead bodies. So of course, like the scary movies are going to incorporate like demons, and apparently I know that this is an actual myth and they incorporated this into the movie too. Apparently you can go down to the gates of hell through the fucking tunnel. Question mark. Ooh. And yeah, that's basically what they do. And at the end of the movie there's a whole little message of like as above so below. And with me even watching that movie, I don't think it had a really big influence on how I perceive the saying, but it definitely made me look at that like at that saying as above so below, and like tilt my head a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I do feel like it's like a powerful quote, I keep saying, but yeah, a powerful saying type shit. But anyway, watch that movie. Juliana recommended you. You're hearing it from me. A really good movie. It's like filmed like a documentary, but yeah. Anyway. So, what does as above, so below mindset mean? In Juliana Luna's definition, as above, so below means whatever thoughts you are daily thinking, your daily mindset, you wake up in the morning, the first thing you think about, whether that's going on your phone, a certain person, a certain action, is so below. Your reality, the world around you. So to sum that up, whatever you're thinking as above in your brain is so below your reality. Now, to break that down, your thoughts are your reality. Point blank, period. Whatever you think and whatever you daydream about, whatever you just your daily thoughts are going to manifest into your reality. Point blank, period. Example, you're hungry as fuck. I like food, by the way. That's something I should have added in my little trailer, but I love food. I'm a foodie girl. I don't care. We can, you can take me out, even with my friends. They know this. I love food. I don't care. In every activity that we do, hanging out with some friends, incorporate food. Period. But yeah, say you like food, but you're on a diet. You're constantly thinking about, this food, but I can't eat it. It's my diet. If you don't have a strong enough mindset to take that thought out of your head, it's going to manifest into your reality and you're going to eat that food. And that's just something little. What I'm about to talk about now is big shit. You know what I mean? Shit that has to do with certain emotions like depression, certain emotions like happiness. You know what I mean? If you're constantly listening to sad music, how do you think you're going to walk around in the type of energy that you're going to be carrying around? You know what I mean? Listen, when I was younger, and I'm only 18, so probably when I was 13, 14, I love me some Trippie Redd. XXXTentacion, Lil Peep, I love them. I'm not gonna lie. I listen to them. Joji, if y'all know who Joji is, I fuck with you because I want people to know who Joji is. But yeah, I fucked with them. I listened to them, soulfully. Those were my artists. But they always, streamed and they always wrote about sad shit, which is okay, sis, get your coin. But when you put that kind of music out for, what's the word, kids like me, I guess, or just out into the what is the word I'm looking for? Just out to your fans. That's what I'm gonna say. When you put that kind of music out, kids that are impressionable, because you gotta think from age, I want to say 8 to even 18. I know 18-year-olds are hella impressionable, so they're gonna consume anything that's in front of their face. You know what I mean? When that kind of music is constantly streamed, that kind of stuff is going to manifest into their lives, and that kind of sadness is going to be pushed onto their energy, and they're going to carry themselves like that. When you constantly listen to that sad music, that energy, that emotion is going to naturally manifest. And maybe music doesn't have that big of effect on you, but just sit back and try to reflect on, if you listen to a sad ass song constantly. I'm not saying you're out with your friends, you listening to whatever the fuck, and then boom, some fucking, Trippie Redd comes on, Love Scars, and then you're automatically sad. No, I'm not saying that. But you're just in that energy of feeling the music and understanding it. You're going to be sad. And then vice versa. You know what I mean? You're listening to happy music. You're going to feel good. When you're out with your homegirls, your homeboys, and that fucking Nicki comes on, that Ice Spice, that NBA Youngboy, whatever the fuck you guys listen to get y'all happy or whatever. That music is going to manifest into your energy, and you're gonna feel ready to dance and everything. So when I say as above, so below, whatever your thoughts are and whatever you're thinking as above are going to manifest into your soul below. And that's why it's important to set goals, have a schedule, so you don't get thrown off. Because if you're just out fucking raw dog in the world, I mean, by all means do that, because YOLO. You know what I mean? Live your life how you want to. But raw dogging life can be very, very, it can be dangerous. Dangerous mentally. I mean, shit, physically too. Shit. Physically too. But mentally, man, and with me being in fucking, this is my senior year, right? This is my senior year, and let me tell you, I have been going through it. I have. And, you know, I've talked to it about my friends, you know what I mean? I've talked to it with about, like, my family and stuff. And not that they can necessarily see it, but it's noticeable. I'm not, you know, depressed, I wouldn't say, but I have my mood swings, and I'm down and below. But that's just, I'm up and down, but that's just, like, the part of life. You know, having your ups, having your downs, and just going through it. You want to go through stuff. You don't want to go around. And by that, I mean, you don't want to find an unhealthy distraction, whether that's a person, whether that's substance, whether that's something that's just damaging you mentally and physically to distract you from your reality. And that's why I say go through it. What I do is I work out. I work out a lot. I go to the gym almost every single day. If I don't have time, like at all, because, you know, just stuff is piled on top of stuff, you know, that'll just be my off day. But I really try to, like, push myself to, you know, do something that incorporates activeness in my life. Like right now, like I said, I got back from a run, like 1.5 miles. I was out for like, maybe an hour-ish. Yeah, just about an hour. It's 12 right now. And yeah, and that felt good. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily an unhealthy distraction because I'm bettering myself. You know what I mean? I feel fit. I feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? When you turn to things like substance and a certain person, those are things that are damaging you, like your health, like not helping you out. You know, like I don't even gotta explain it. Like those are things that are not helping you out. For example, I knew this one friend just smoke. But when they didn't have it, say it was a money issue or just little as, you know, their plug is a hit in the back, they were freaking out. Oh, now I'm sober. I gotta sit with my thoughts and I gotta deal with myself. I need to go do this, go do that. Acting like a fiend. I'm looking at them like, bro, come on now. We are young. We should not be thinking like this. You should not be that reliant on a substance. Especially weed. Like, come on now. Weed should not be a substance that someone is reliant on because, for real, it's a medicine. Weed was put on this earth to medicate us, to ease our minds, to uplift us. It's not supposed to be something that belittles us, belittles our energy. You know what I mean? That's another thing, too. I feel like weed is being taken advantage of. Marijuana, weed, whatever you guys call it, crud. I'm from Michigan and the Detroit area, I guess. I stay in a little off-skirt city. They call it crud. And I remember one time I used to live in Ohio and I used to live in Texas. I went over there saying it. They're like, crud? What is crud? Like, that sounds like, you know, like like something bad, like trash or whatever. Like crud, you know what I mean? I don't know. I love, like, being around from, like, a lot of places. Like, when I was in Texas, I lived in a city called Killeen. It was pretty small, but it was really diverse, too. You know what I mean? And then Ohio as well. Like, Ohio is diverse. I lived around a bunch of African people. I went to school with a bunch of Dominicans, Arab people. There was people from Russia there, I remember. Because I remember I heard these one girls talking, like, in a different language. And I wasn't, you know, gonna intervene myself and be like, what language are you speaking? You know, that's fucking weird. But I had heard them mention it like a few days after, and I was like, oh shit, like damn, this school is like really diverse. Because, you know, the school I go to now is, you know, literally 1 and 2. It's right in between Inkster and Dearborn. And if you're from, you know, Michigan and particularly like this area, you know that like Dearborn is predominantly Arab and Inkster is predominantly black. So it's really like there's like a handful of white people, maybe some Mexican people, but my school is not diverse at all, and it's not that big at that. So when I definitely like was surrounded by environments like that, it was not necessarily an eye-opener or a culture shock, because, you know, I'm still in America. Imagine if I go to, like, you know, Africa or something, or, like, I don't know, just somewhere else. But it was definitely, like, something different. Like, I knew how to handle it, because I'm not, like, a weirdo. Like, I'm very outgoing. So I, like, you know, made my little friend or whatever. But it was just something different. What was I talking about? I forgot. But, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is going to be uncut, Julia. I don't even remember what I'm talking about, but we're about to pick up on just a random topic. You guys are probably listening like, ooh, this girl is everywhere. It's okay, guys. I'm learning. Like I said, this is my first, like, official podcast. So I have my little notes right here. I'm not gonna lie. I got some notes. It's a notes with, like, topics, just so I don't get thrown off track, but clearly I just did. And we're just gonna pick back up. So yeah. I wanted to talk about, that's what see, y'all, I'm fucking crazy. I'm crazy. We were talking about marijuana. I was saying how, like, people use it, like, to their advantage, and to a negative advantage. Like, they use it to distract themselves and everything. But yeah, when I talk about, you know, as above, so below mindset, it's not something that needs to literally be taken into every single account in your life, but is definitely, like, a saying that you need to remind yourself on a daily basis. And like I said, it's not something that you need to, you know, freaking tattoo on your forehead, as above, so below. But it's definitely, like, a meaningful quote that needs to be taken more into consideration, because, like I keep saying, our thoughts manifest our reality. And when you're sitting in a position like I am, and like many listeners that I know are listening, you know, you got school, graduation, you know, you got all these things coming back to back, great accomplishments too, things that you can take advantage of. And with youth and, you know, just basically all of us being in the same mindset, we can relate to each other in a way. But it's hard to relate to each other, especially when we have social media, because it's like everybody wants to be the same, but everybody wants to be different. If that makes sense, it makes sense. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But yeah, I feel like social media has a really big influence on our youth, because everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to have, you know, their little bust down. Everybody wants to have the newest shoes, just on trend always. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? If you're a fashion girl, you know, go do that. And especially being a content creator, like, I'm not saying you got to keep up with those stuff to stay relevant, because there's tons of content creators that are purely, you know, quote unquote famous and make their money because they are themselves. But as I'm not calling myself a content creator because I don't have that big of a fan base, but as an upcoming content creator, you know, you kind of have to be consumed in social media. But to the people that are, you know, like, not really in that type of, like, job era, I guess, it can be very, like, consuming, and it can be, like, a lot, because you're constantly comparing yourself, and comparing yourself is a natural human instinct. Don't think just because you see a pretty girl or whatever on social media and you think, like, dang, like, I wish I was that pretty, or dang, I wish I had them shoes, that you're a bad person, or you're this insecure fuck. Because you're not. You're human, and that's that. But when it's taken to the certain extent of it, like, damaging your mental health, that's where it's a problem, and that's where you need to check it. You need to check it at where it damages your mental health, because when you're constantly, like, in the thought space of, okay, I need to keep up, I need to do this and do that, it's literally going to have the negative effect on you. I'm reading this book right now called The Secret, and basically it has they have another book, and they also have a movie. I recommend that movie too. I'm just giving y'all ideas, like, watch this movie, read this book, but no. They have it, I think the movie is on Netflix. I watched it on, like, you know, one of them illegal movie websites. I'm not gonna give y'all the name, but maybe I will if you text me. And it's called The Secret, and basically it's about the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction is, you know, you chasing and attracting. I mean, you not chasing and you attracting. The law of attraction it really does incorporate with the as above, so below mindset. If you're determined on, a certain goal you have, you're constantly thinking about that positive goal, or it doesn't even have to be positive because you can attract negative energy. If you're always constantly thinking about something, you're constantly like, the first thing you do when you wake up and that is your thought, it's going to manifest into your life. And I know I keep saying this, but I just want you guys to like lock that in your brains because it is a fact. Like, you can literally look at anything in your life and be like, wow, I really did attract that, because I remember I was in this headspace and then this happened and then I did this and then boom, that happened. It's not like, this is not a myth. The law of attraction is real, guys. Look into it, read about it. I'm reading about it. Like I said, The Secret. The Secret, the movie, is about like a bunch of different celebrities. There was only like a few celebrities that I actually recognized, but a lot of the other celebrities are like probably people your mom would know. You know what I mean? Like, or your grandpa would know. I mean, they're not like old as hell, but they're like not that relevant. They're probably relevant when they were younger, like an actor or something, or like a good artist, like a really popular artist back when. But yeah, and they're just basically telling their story about how they use the law of attraction. A big artist that I know talks about, just a lot of spirituality and manifestation and the law of attraction is Big Sean. Big Sean, being from the Detroit area, I'm not necessarily from Detroit, but just the Detroit area, and hearing that from him is the biggest inspiration, because not that I feel like, how he came up was relatable, but like when there's a certain artist from, somewhere you live by or where you live at, you tend to like feel them a little more. You know what I mean? Like, you tend to like have a certain, not connection, but like I said, you just feel them a bit more. And like I said, Big Sean, he's a big artist that talks about manifestation. He's not in the movie. And then the specific book that I'm reading, like I said, is called The Secret, and it talks about the secret to love, the secret to health, the secret to money, and then I think that's it actually. Yeah, love, health, and money. Because it says in the book that those are the most important things out of like the human experience. You know what I mean? Not necessarily the most important, but like that's what humans look forward to. Their love life, their financial stability, and their health. And it's in chapters, and then it gives you like, it's like the secret, how to like, how to do it basically, and then like it gives you like examples and tells you like stories about like people who have like actually experienced and used the law of attraction to manifest like, good health, good relationships, and financial stability. And yeah, it's a really good book. I got it from Target. It was like $16. It's a pretty thick book too, but I don't read it like, page 1 to page whatever, you know what I mean? I just break it up. I'll open up like a certain chapter or a certain section that I feel like reading, and I'll read it. I'll, write down or underline, highlight whatever resonates with me. And yeah, it's a pretty good book. But in that specific book, like I said, they talk about law of attraction, and they say that in the law of attraction, your thoughts are your reality. Point blank, period. Your thoughts are your reality. Now just sit. Sit with that. When you wake up, what is the first thing you think about? Is it, going onto your phone? Is it a certain person? Is it work? You know what I mean? Is it school? Is it food? Because I know that's me. It's like, no. But no, is it food? Is it, what is it? And then think about how that thought or that action or, whatever it is. I'm going to put school, for example. How is school in your life right now? Because whatever type of energy that thought is how that same energy of that action or whatever is in your life. So, for example, let me just, because that probably sounds complicated as hell. When you wake up and you think about school, oh shit, this assignment, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh crap, like, oh, this assignment, I need to turn this in. And you automatically open your laptop or you go and check, like, I don't know what everybody uses, but my school uses Google Classroom. You open up Google Classroom to check if you turn that assignment. Are you stressed out about school? You know what I mean? What type of energy does that certain thought when you first wake up have? or say, example, it's checking social media first. Why are you so eager to see what everybody's doing when you first wake up? Is it because it's like an insecurity issue? You're just nosy as hell? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? And really sit and think about it and reflect. Like, how is that thought manifest into my life? And it'll actually open a lot of doors to healing, a lot of doors to, like I said, self-reflecting, because you can self-reflect all day. But if you don't put in that work and understand why you're taking certain actions the way you do, I'm not saying you're doing it for no reason, because knowing is better than not knowing, but, you know, what's the point? You might as well just be Delulu, like a lot of people out here, not even knowing that they're a bad person. You know what I respect more? A bad person that knows they're a bad person. And that's just being real. I remember my stepdad, he's not a bad person, but whenever he would do some, like, you know, some weird stuff, or, like, you know, just be a butthole, he would be like, it's okay, like, I know. Or he would, you know, just say some funny stuff, you know what I mean? And that's, like, not nothing serious, but I respect a person that knows they're a bad person. They're a bad person and they know they're a bad person. Because that, at least you're self-aware. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people say, at least you're self-aware. But yeah, as above, so below mindset, I think it needs to be taken a little bit more serious. And the reason a little bit more serious, I say more, a little bit more serious. But yeah, a little bit more serious, because it is a powerful, you know, quote, saying, and it can be implemented into a lot of, you know, lessons that we learn in life, or a lot of actions that we can take in our daily lives, you know? Like, say you don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. I feel like I go every day, but I need the money, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm so stressed out. That's what you're thinking. Of course you're going to be stressed out. Start, you know, saying, like, good affirmations. Like, okay, I'm going to go to work. I have a work friend. I'm going to go see her. Yay. I have some work friends, and we're funny as fuck. Shout out to Nija and T. Those are I love them. Oh, yeah, and Jax. I'm sorry, Jax. But yeah, I love them. Every time we go, good vibes. You know what I mean? Jax is in the back doing his little dishes now because he wanted to be isolated, but it's whatever. And yeah, we kick it all the time, and it makes me, like, look forward towards work. Sure, yeah, I might have my small little thought, like, oh, I gotta go to work, but I'm going to see T and Nija, you know? And whenever you steer those negative thoughts into a positive thought, automatically a mood lifter. Like, your happiness, your mood will automatically be lifted, and I promise. You need, and it's going to be a process. You need to train your brain into doing that. Whenever something bad happens, or whenever you get hit with, like, an irritating thought, train your brain to rewire into something positive, because I swear, and I promise you this, I put this on my grave, you will manifest good health, good mental health into your life. Shoot, good health too, period. You will manifest that happiness into your life by rewiring your brain to be more positive, because optimism can be very useful right now, especially when you're a young, you know, student, whether that's college, high school, or just young, period. You know, we have social media, and comparison is real, but it's getting out of hand. It's really getting out of hand, and you can see it in a lot of these kids' faces. I just seen I was at a camp like 2 weeks ago. It was so fun. I was talking about another podcast, but it was so fun. There was kids wearing Balenciagas. There was kids wearing, you know, $1,000 Bape hoodie. And I'm thinking, like, your mom bought you that? But it's like, when I was that age, when I was, they were like from 11 to like 13, I'd say. No older than 14, definitely. Maybe. I don't know. I'm like, when I was that age, I was not thinking of wearing Gucci. I was not thinking of wearing Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton. I was not thinking of wearing that. But it's just the fact that social media is so consuming, especially to young minds and vulnerable minds at that. You know, you want to look up to date. You want to feel like, you know, you look good, but in like a way of comparison and negativity. Because I bet, like, those same kids, I'm not saying they probably do, but they probably don't feel so good wearing a regular pair of shoes, or they probably are judging someone when someone does have a regular pair of shoes and their parents don't got it like that. You know what I mean? And it's just stuff like that. Like I said, just to go back to what I was saying, like training your brain and rewiring it to be more positive will bring good vibes, and it'll allow you to just be more peaceful with yourself. Because as soon as you reach that point of like peacefulness and being able to, just chill out, the universe is just going to throw things at you. You know what I mean? Because stress is a literal blockage. It's a blockage from your future goals. It's a blockage of, just stuff you have lined up for yourself, because you're so worried about your thoughts and you're so worried about the future or the past and not the now, that the universe is basically looking at it like, well, why would I give you something new? You got so much on your plate. I'm going to need you to relax and ease your mind before I can throw anything else at you, because you look a little bit overwhelmed. And I promise you, the universe feels those signals. It feels them. Energy, human energy, is a very powerful thing. Rewiring your brain. As above, so below mindset. Law of attraction. I'm saying, look into it. I'm putting y'all on game. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Like I said, this is As Above, So Below mindset. Everywhere you can keep up with me will be in the description. My Instagram, TikTok, everything. If you're listening to this on Spotify, just give this a little 5-star rating. You know what I mean? I don't mind. And I'm just asking. Y'all don't have to, but I'm just asking. Just a little 5-star rating. Let me know what you think. Leave a little comment or whatever. And definitely, you guys can text my Instagram. I do not care. Probably not TikTok, because I know it's a little bit hard to do that. I actually got to friend you guys back, and I do have a little bit more of a following base on there. So it's going to be a little bit hard to determine, like, this specific person wants to text me about my podcast. So definitely text my Instagram. And, just any questions, anything you want me to, like, talk about in the podcast, even advice. If, you needed help. Oh, that little movie website. I got you. So, yeah. Everything, everywhere you can keep up with me will be in the description. And yeah, you guys have a good day. Be more positive. Rewire your brain into thinking positive. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.